A very good morning. You're watching Breakfast News with me, Smriti Rastogi. In the next 30 minutes, we will get you all the latest news from national, international and sports front and the developments which are expected in the day ahead. But before that, a quick look at the top headlines. 4 terrorists killed in Bandipora in Jammu and Kashmir. They were attempting to attack a CRPF camp. India's largest rocket to carry communication satellite GSAT-19 GSLV Mk3 D1 rocket scheduled for lift off from Sriharikota in the evening. Blistering heat in several states in North India, Bhatinda in Punjab and Banda in Uttar Pradesh sizzle at 48 degrees. Twelve people arrested in connection with London Bridge attack, 7 people killed and dozens injured in attack claimed by the IS. And India thrashed Pakistan by 124 runs in a rain-interrupted match at Champions Trophy in England. Australia take on Bangladesh at the Oval in today's encounter. At least 4 militants are reported to have been killed in retaliatory fire by 45 Battalion Central Reserve Police Force and Jammu and Kashmir Police at Sambhal in Jammu and Kashmir's Bandipora district early morning today. The militants were reportedly attempting a suicide attack on the CRPF camp. This comes close on the heels of the June 3rd attack in which at least 2 army personnel were killed and 4 injured in Kazikund district after an army convoy was attacked. The Pakistani army had earlier initiated indiscriminate firing of small arms, automatics and mortars along the line of control in the Naushera and Krishan Ghati sectors on Thursday, in which 2 civilians were killed.
क्रॉस फायर दिए थे इधर से अच्छा और फिर इधर आके अपना पोजीशन लिया कैंप में घुसने के चक्कर में थे लेकिन हम लोग तुरंत जगह पकड़े अपना पोजीशन लिए और फायर झोंकना शुरू कर दिया।
ये कितने बंदे थे?
ये सर 4 बंदे थे।
4 बंदे
हम लोग 4 बंदे मार के गिरा दिए।
रिकवरी कुछ हुई?
नहीं सर, रिकवरी मैगजीन वगैरह साहब हमारे ले गए हैं उधर जी, हेडक्वार्टर में ले गए हैं हमारे बीएमओ साहब जाट साहब थे उसी।
टोटल कितने थे?
टोटल 4 उग्रवादी थे सर।
Meanwhile, Home Minister Rajnath Singh has said that the Indian has been given a free hand to deal with any attempt by Pakistani troops to disturb peace in the country. Addressing Tridev Sammelan, a conclave of booth-level office bearers of the assembly constituencies within the Hamirpur Lok Sabha seat in Himachal Pradesh, he warned the neighbouring country against any misadventure. His statement comes a day after the 2 Indian soldiers were killed in an ambush attack on an army convoy by militants on the Jammu and Srinagar highway. Stating that militancy has come down in all parts of the country, he said the government is committed to eliminate terrorism and forces are on alert round the clock and sacrificing their lives in fighting terrorists.
17वीं बार अब पाकिस्तान को सफेद झंडा नहीं दिखाना और यह भी आज से ही हमारा स्टैंडिंग ऑर्डर है। पहली गोली तो भारत की तरफ से नहीं चलनी चाहिए, लेकिन एक गोली भी यदि उधर से चलती है तो फिर भारत की गोलियों को गिना नहीं जाना चाहिए। बहनों भाइयों, हालात बदल कितने मारे गए, क्या हुआ, कि मुठभेड़ में क्या हुआ, इस सब की मैं कोई चर्चा नहीं करना चाहता, लेकिन इतना ही कहना चाहता हूं इस सीमा तक दबाव नक्सलवादियों के ऊपर भी हमारी सरकार ने बना दिया है, जो कभी नहीं हुआ था हो रहा है। बड़े बड़े इनामी नक्सलवादी अब सरकार के सामने घुटना टेक रहे हैं और सरेंडर कर रहे हैं और पहले की अपेक्षा 181% गिरफ्तारी हम लोगों के शासनकाल में हुई।
The National Investigation Agency is probing the funding of subversive activities in Kashmir, conducted fresh raids at residences of separatist leaders on Sunday and seized foreign currency. Raids took place at the residence of 2 aides of Tehreek-e-Hurriyat, led by Syed Ali Shah Gilani. A similar exercise was undertaken at the Jammu residence and warehouse of a businessman who the NIA sleuths believed was involved in a cross-border trade scam. The NIA alleges that since the cross-line of control trade at Uri in Kashmir and Chakandabad in Jammu was based on a barter system, some businessmen under or over-invoiced their bills, and the difference in payment was later used for promoting subversive activities in the valley. The NIA had registered an FIR earlier and was camping in the valley for a few days before beginning its raids. This is for the first time since the rise of militancy in Kashmir in the early 1990s that a central probe agency carried out raids in connection with terror funding to separatists. The centre has said that its intent on addressing the Kashmir unrest is clear.
That there is no compromise as far as safeguarding the country's security is concerned, and as far as the professional approach of the security agencies as well as the military and paramilitary forces is concerned. You must have realized over the last few days that whatever appropriate is being done both across the borders as well as within the borders. Even as the Modi government's intent has always been clear and consistent, I think now it's also the will of the people, the 125 people of this country, and as well as the people of Jammu and Kashmir, including the common people of Kashmir Valley, want this bluff to be called off.
Congress Vice President Rahul Gandhi has accused the Modi government of turning the Kashmir issue into a weakness from strength. Speaking to reporters in Chennai on Sunday, Rahul Gandhi said that the centre is creating problems in Kashmir because of its inability to understand the situation there. He also alleged that the BJP-led government is using Kashmir as a political asset. The BJP hit back at Rahul Gandhi's claim and criticized the main opposition party of spreading a misinformation campaign. He cited a Congress booklet released in Lucknow, which depicted the state as a territory occupied by India.
The government of India and the Prime Minister of India are completely mishandling Kashmir. They are creating a problem for this country by their incompetence and by trying to utilize Kashmir as a political asset. Kashmir is India's strength, and they are making it India's weakness. About 6-7 months ago, Mr. Arun Jaitley came to see me, and I told Mr. Arun Jaitley that they are mishandling Kashmir and they're going to set Kashmir on fire. And Mr. Arun Jaitley brushed me aside and said Kashmir is peaceful.
That is the concept. You want to divide India. You want to have a separate India. You want to create caste, communal, regional tensions, which you have been doing it all these years. You are responsible for all these regional, communal, vociferous tendencies in the country.
On to some more developments. Anti-NDA parties have raised the pitch for special category status for Andhra Pradesh. At a rally organized by the Congress in Guntur, the parties questioned the centre for keeping its promise over the matter. Congress Vice President Rahul Gandhi said if his party comes to power in 2019, the issue will be settled. He accused the central government of not keeping its promise, despite a promise made by Prime Minister Modi in a run-up to the 2014 polls. Samajwadi Party leader Akhilesh Yadav, JDU leader Sharad Yadav, CPI leader D. Raja, DMK leader Ilan Govan and RJD leader Jaiprakash Narayan Yadav were also present at the event. All the parties backed the Congress Vice President's demand.
नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने तिरुपति में आंध्र प्रदेश की जनता से वायदा किया था, ऐसे भाषण में नहीं। तिरुपति में मंदिर के सामने नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने आंध्र प्रदेश को कहा था कि मैं 10 साल स्पेशल स्टेटस आंध्र प्रदेश को देने वाला हूं। मुझे एक बात समझ नहीं आ रही है, यहां पे दोनों पार्टियां, चाहे वो तेलुगु देशम हो, चंद्रबाबू नायडू की पार्टी या वो जगन रेड्डी की पार्टी हो, मुझे समझ में नहीं आता है कि वो इस पैसे को क्यों नहीं चाहते।
और अगर आंध्र प्रदेश के लिए स्पेशल स्टेटस के लिए लड़ना पड़े और उनकी बात कहनी पड़े तो शायद हम लोग पीछे नहीं रहेंगे। समाजवादी लोग आंध्र प्रदेश को स्पेशल स्टेटस देने के लिए मदद करने का काम करेंगे।
I stand before you to reiterate my party's support, the support of the Communist Party of India to the justified genuine demand of the people of Andhra Pradesh for a special category status.
राष्ट्रपति का यह चुनाव आने वाला है। यदि चंद्रबाबू नायडू यदि आंध्रा की धरती और जनता के साथ विश्वास करना चाहते हो, वफा करना चाहते हो, तो राष्ट्रपति का चुनाव आने वाला है। एनडीए का प्रत्याशी खड़ा होगा और सारे विपक्ष का भी प्रत्याशी खड़ा होगा। मैं तुमको आमंत्रण देता हूं, इसी राष्ट्रपति के चुनाव में यदि आप वोट दे दोगे, जगमोहन और चंद्रबाबू नायडू, यदि आप विपक्ष के साथ आके खड़े हो जाओगे, तो मैं आपको यह वादा करता हूं कि दूसरे दिन विशेष राज्य का दर्जा आपको मिलने का काम होगा।
And the countdown for the launch of India's heavy-lift rocket GSLV Mk3 has begun. The rocket will carry the communication satellite GSAT-19 from Sriharikota. The GSLV Mk3 D1 rocket is scheduled for liftoff at 5:28 p.m. today. According to ISRO chairman A.S. Kiran Kumar, the mission is important as it is the heaviest ever rocket and satellite to be launched from the country. Till now, ISRO had to depend on foreign launchers for communication satellites weighing more than 2,300 kilograms. The GSLV Mk3 D1 is capable of lifting payloads of up to 4,000 kilograms into the geosynchronous transfer orbit and 10,000 kilograms into the low Earth orbit. The GSLV Mk3 D1 is a three-stage vehicle with indigenous cryogenic upper stage engine designed to carry heavier communication satellites into orbit. The mission would also augment India's communication resources, as a single GSAT-19 satellite will be equivalent to having a constellation of 6 to 7 of the older variety of communication satellites in space. Blistering heat continued in many parts of the country, with Bhatinda in Punjab recording a maximum of 48 degrees Celsius, 6 notches above normal. There were no signs of any respite from heat in the national capital, with the maximum temperature settling 4 notches above normal at 44.6 degrees Celsius. Amritsar recorded a high of 47.5 degrees Celsius, 7 notches above normal. Chandigarh registered the hottest day of the season at 45 degrees Celsius. It was also the highest maximum recorded in the Union Territory in the last 5 years. Heat wave conditions continued in Rajasthan, with mercury crossing 47.1 degrees Celsius. In Sri Ganganagar, followed by Churu at 46.7 degrees Celsius, Kota 45.2 degrees Celsius and Bikaner 45 degrees Celsius. Heat wave prevailed at various places in Uttar Pradesh, with Banda being the hottest, registered a high of 48 degrees Celsius. Bihar too experienced hot and dry weather conditions, with mercury settling at 46.1 degrees Celsius in Gaya.
सर यहाँ पे तो बहुत ज़्यादा है सर, ऐसे लग रहा है जैसे आग मतलब कि इतना तेज है कि जैसे अंगूठा हम घर से भी निकले थे कोचिंग से, उसके बाद अभी देख रहे हैं एकदम सूखा हुआ है।
जो खेल में काफ़ी दिक्कत आ रही है, इनको कुछ करा नहीं पा रहे हैं। गर्मी इतनी बढ़ रही है, अगर ज़्यादा हार्ड वर्क भी कराएंगे तो बच्चे चक्कर वक्कर खा कर गिर जाएंगे। इसी वजह से इनको अभी गर्मी में कुछ भी नहीं, एकदम नॉर्मल प्रैक्टिस हो रही है। थोड़ा मौसम अच्छा हो, उसके बाद ठंडी का इंतजार करें, थोड़ा ठंडा मौसम हो, फिर रनिंग उन्हीं एक्सरसाइज चालू करें। थोड़ा ये 4 बजे से चालू हो जाती थी पहले, अब ये गर्मी की वजह से ये प्रैक्टिस काफ़ी लेट हो रही है।
And on to the latest from Maharashtra, where the agitation by farmers continued for the 4th day on Sunday. The strike has largely hit the supply of vegetables and milk in the region. The farmers' outfits, however, are firm on going ahead with the Maharashtra Bandh across the state, excluding Mumbai. Due to the drastic fall in supplies from key production centres like Nasik and Ahmednagar, the prices of vegetables and fruits have been on an upward path in the cities. Farmers are protesting since June 1st over their demands, including waiver of farm loan and other concessions like lower power tariff. A meeting of Kisan Kranti Morcha, which is spearheading the agitation, was held in Nasik on Sunday afternoon. During the meeting, several resolutions were passed and a decision to go ahead with the bandh was taken. A core committee meeting of the KKM will be held in Mumbai on June 7th, and a statewide convention of farmers will be held in Nasik on June 8th to decide the future course of action. Meanwhile, the national executive of the Aam Aadmi Party has decided to stage a countrywide protest to highlight farmers' plight on June 10th.
राज्याचे मुख्यमंत्री हे स्वतः त्यामध्ये लक्ष घालून आज त्यांनी सकाळी 4 तास न झोपता आपल्या राज्यातल्या शेतकरी नेत्यांची चर्चा केली. त्यावर तोडगा काढून आणखीनही जास्त चांगलं काम कसं करता येईल पाहत आहेत. मला खात्री आहे की शेतकरी बंधू हे आमच्या अडचणी लक्षात घेऊन आमच्याबरोबर नेहमी राहतील.
प्रचारासाठी उतरतो, मोठी सभा घेतो, जाहीर निवेदन देऊन घेतो, तर सरकारने शेतकऱ्याचा संपाबाबत हा निर्णय रात्रीचा का घेतला? सर्वांना विश्वासात घेऊन सरकारने जाहीर सभा बोलून हा निर्णय घ्यायला होता.
And with that, time for a very short break. More news and updates on the other side. Stay with us.
The story we thought we knew. The story of magnificence. The story of bloody battles. Of those who ruled and those who left their footprints. The story charting the course of our past. Talking History on Rajya Sabha TV.
Welcome back. At least 22 passengers were charred to death and 15 injured when a bus collided head-on with a truck and burst into flames in Bareilly in Uttar Pradesh. The bus of the Uttar Pradesh State Road Transport Corporation, carrying 41 passengers from Delhi, was on its way to Gonda in eastern Uttar Pradesh when the accident took place near Wada bypass. 6 passengers have been critically injured. According to eyewitnesses, the bodies have been charred beyond recognition. The driver of the bus is also among the deceased, while the conductor sustained serious injuries. The driver of the truck is absconding. Police said that the impact of the head-on collision was so big that the diesel tank was completely damaged. And let's take a look at all the other national developments in Nationwide. The CBSE has sought data from private schools about their fee structure and increase carried out in recent years. The move comes weeks after the Central Board of Secondary Education warned private schools against turning into shops by selling uniform and books in their premises. BJP President Amit Shah wound up his 3-day Kerala visit on Sunday. He asked the party workers to strive hard to utilize the space in the southern state's political arena by increasing the vote share from the present 15% to a minimum of 40%. He also said that there is enough potential for the Saffron Party's growth in Kerala. A village head and 3 others were arrested in connection with separate incidents of violence in Saharanpur district of Uttar Pradesh. The accused are Chandrasekhar, the founder of Dalit outfit Bhim Army, and 2 others, Manjeet and Kamal. As per UP Police, Pradhan of Saharanpur's Shabbirpur village was arrested for allegedly inciting people to take up violence. And on to international news now. The British police have arrested 12 persons in connection with a terror attack at London Bridge and nearby areas that killed 7 people and injured dozens others on Sunday. A white van hit pedestrians on London Bridge and then 3 men got out and stabbed people in nearby Borough Market. It is the 3rd terror attack in the UK in 3 months.
Forensics at work at London Bridge. The scene of the terror attack early Sunday that left 7 people dead and 48 injured. 12 people have been arrested in Barking, East London after a raid at a flat belonging to one of the 3 attackers. On the fateful night, a van hit pedestrians on London Bridge. 3 men then got out and stabbed people in nearby Borough Market. The attackers were later shot dead by the police.
And there was a woman in front of the pub, a policewoman, shouting, "Everyone run as fast as you can, run for your life." And then we were running just down the street in that direction. for it was, I don't know what, and we didn't know what we were running from, but people were saying that it was a terrorist attack.
The Islamic State-linked Amaq agency claimed a detachment of IS fighters carried out the attack. The attack comes ahead of the general election on Thursday. Most political parties suspended campaigning, but Prime Minister Theresa May insisted campaigning would resume on Monday. Condemning the attack, she said it was time to say enough is enough, as she vowed a clampdown in the wake of the third terror attack to hit the UK this year. Prime Minister May later went to King's College Hospital in South London to visit some of the injured. 36 people are in London hospitals with a range of injuries and 21 in a critical condition.
Since the emergence of the threat from Islamist-inspired terrorism, our country has made significant progress in disrupting plots and protecting the public. But it is time to say enough is enough.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi joined world leaders in condemning the attacks in London, saying they caused shock and anguish. In a statement after returning from Europe, Modi said that his thoughts are with the families of the deceased and offered prayers for the injured. US President Donald Trump responded to the attack by arguing in favor of his controversial travel ban. He further tweeted a message of support for Londoners. French President Emmanuel Macron said French citizens were among those injured in the attack. In a statement, he said France will continue fighting terrorism with all our strength alongside Britain and all other countries concerned. Canada's Prime Minister Justin Trudeau and German Chancellor Angela Merkel also sent in their condolences.
La France et le Royaume-Uni sont des pays alliés, des pays qui font l'objet de menaces communes et qui vont répondre à ces menaces communes ensemble et de façon unie.
Both London Bridge Rail and Tube stations are due to reopen this morning, but the rail station will be exit only. This is the third terror attack in the UK in 3 months, following a car and knife attack in Westminster in March, in which 5 people were killed, and the Manchester bombing less than 2 weeks ago, in which 22 people were killed. The Eiffel Tower went dark in the early hours this morning in order to honour the victims of the London attack. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
In a deepening of rift in Gulf, Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, Egypt and Bahrain have said that they are cutting diplomatic relations with Qatar, accusing the Gulf state of supporting terrorism. The Saudi kingdom said that it was cutting ties to its neighbours and has pulled all Qatari troops from the ongoing war in Yemen. Egypt's foreign ministry also accused Doha of supporting terrorism and said all Egyptian ports and airports would be closed to Qatari vessels. Bahrain, meanwhile, has given Qatari diplomats 48 hours to leave the country. The dispute between Qatar and the Gulf's Arab countries escalated after a recent hack of Qatar's state-run news agency. Following the hacking of the agency's website on Tuesday, comments falsely attributed to Qatar's Emir Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani were broadcast, in which the country's leader expressed support for Iran, Hamas, Hezbollah and Israel. Qatar's government categorically denied the comments. And some more international news and world wrap. US envoy to the UN Nikki Haley has defended President Donald Trump's decision to withdraw from the landmark Paris Accord, but underlined that America was committed to curbing climate change. She said, Trump knows climate is changing and the US has to be responsible for it. She added that withdrawing from the Paris Agreement will not change the country's commitment to curbing climate change. Thousands attended a candlelight vigil in Hong Kong on Sunday to commemorate the victims of the 1989 pre-democracy Tiananmen Square crackdown in Beijing. More than 1 lakh people attended the main candlelight vigil in Victoria Park, nearly 3 decades after Beijing sent tanks and troops to quell the 1989 pro-democracy student-led protests. The parliamentary voting to elect veteran politician Sher Bahadur Deuba as the 40th Prime Minister of Nepal was postponed till Tuesday. This after the main political parties on Sunday failed to forge a consensus to conduct the House proceedings. The main opposition party, led by former Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli, had threatened to obstruct the House proceeding against the re-polling order in Bharatpur metropolitan city. In cricket, India thrashed arch-rivals Pakistan by 124 runs under Duckworth-Lewis method in the Champions Trophy. Put into bat first, defending champions India put on great batting performance as they piled up 319 runs for the loss of 3 wickets after 2 rain delays reduced the match to 48 overs. The opening pair of Rohit Sharma and Shikhar Dhawan gave India a solid start with 136 run stand with both batsmen hitting half-centuries. Yuvraj Singh then provided late fireworks with a quick-fire 50 along with captain Virat Kohli, who remained unbeaten on 81. Pakistan was set a revised target of 324 in 48 overs, but another rain delay forced the target to 289 from 41 overs. Pakistan kept losing wickets at regular interval in the chase and were eventually bowled out for 164 runs in 33.4 overs. Umesh Yadav took 3 wickets while Hardik Pandya and Ravindra Jadeja picked up 2 wickets apiece.
Just the way we played and the confidence we showed throughout the game was something that was very pleasing to see as a captain. Even though we lost the toss, the guys were raring and ready to go, willing to take up the pressure, and then later on, the way UV batted, I think it was the game-changing innings, to be honest. And that gave all of us the confidence to, start striking the ball well. But initially, the openers gave us a good start as well. So, as I said, it's a clinical performance from us. From the team's point of view, yes, it is indeed a very big win.
Meanwhile, in today's match, Australia will take on Bangladesh at the Oval Cricket Ground. Both teams are without a win in the tournament, with Bangladesh losing to host England in their opening match. Australia, on the other hand, had a share points with New Zealand after their game was washed out on Friday. At the French Open, Sania Mirza stormed into the quarterfinals of the mixed doubles event as she and her partner Ivan Dodig of Croatia notched up a commanding win on Sunday. The Indo-Croat partner beat the duo of Elina Svitolina of Ukraine and Artem Sitak of New Zealand 6-2, 6-4 in the second round match to book a last 8 spot. However, Rohan Bopanna and his Uruguayan partner Pablo Cuevas crashed out of the men's doubles event after losing to Jamie Murray and Bruno Soares in the straight sets in the third round match. The Indian men's doubles duo of Purav Raja and Dvij Saran also lost their third round match to the pair of Ryan Harrison and Michael Venus. In men's single, Rafael Nadal continued his superb form as he moved into the quarterfinals. World number 4 Nadal, who is looking to become the first man to win 10 titles at a single Grand Slam event, defeated Spain's Roberto Bautista 6-1, 6-2, 6-2. He will next face another Spaniard, Pablo Carreño Busta, in the last 8. Second seed Novak Djokovic also progressed to the quarterfinals after a 7-6, 6-1, 6-3 win against 19 seed Albert Ramos Vinoles. He will next play 6th seed Dominic Thiem for a place in the semi-finals. Japan's 8th seed Kei Nishikori also advanced to the last 16 after beating unseeded South Korean Hyun Chung in the 5 sets. In the women's singles, defending champion Garbiñe Muguruza and 7-time Grand Slam champion Venus Williams were knocked out of the tournament. Muguruza was defeated by home favourite Kristina Mladenovic in the 3 sets, while Venus was ousted by Swiss Timea. Indian shuttler B. Sai Praneeth won his first Grand Prix gold title after lifting the men's singles crown in the Thailand Grand Prix badminton tournament on Sunday. In the tightly contested finals in the Bangkok, third-seeded Praneeth defeated Indonesian Jonathan Christie in the 3 games. The 24-year-old lost the first set but came back strongly to 17-21, 21-18 and 21-19 in a contest that lasted more than an hour. The success in the Thailand Open extended Sai Praneeth's remarkable run in the 2017. In April, he won the Singapore Open and reached the final of the Saeed Modi Grand Prix Gold. And that's all we have for you in this edition of Breakfast News. Keep watching Rajya Sabha Television.